Hi-ho, everybody. It's your old pal Fido.
And Bally.
We're here for another week. Week 32 of
Hey, man.
Nice Kiss Shirt. Guess what we do? Yes, we
I
do.
can roll all night and journal every day.
It's a year-long guide celebrating the fun of being a Kiss fan. And the not so much fun of speaking in unison. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, we got the Monster Tour book. Try to rotate these things out, keep it interesting. Who knows what kind of backdrop you'll be seeing next week. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe we'll be upstairs.
Maybe.
We like to keep you guessing. But what we're not going to guess about is what our pal, It's All For You Demon,
Rick Howard,
has in store in this book for this week with the questions that we will get to as soon as we address our shirts. I am sporting this basic solo album. It's a homemade bootleg tee. My good buddy Shawn Wharton.
no relation to Vince Neil Wharton.
Not at all. He's just a cool cat that lives out in Vegas these days and was kind enough to drop a little gift bag. Thank you very much, Shawn.
Thanks, Shawn.
I'm walking down the street. People be saying, "Hey, man,
nice
Kiss
Kiss
shirt.
That's
What do you
awesome.
got, Powie?"
I got, looks like End of the Road.
Mm-hmm. Long sleeve tee design.
Because it's long.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna put a graphic here, and you'll see that there's some European tour dates. So I believe your other long sleeve has got like domestic leg. I could be wrong, but I'm often wrong.
I know it's got the Chula Vista date, and it probably has Chula Vista on the back of this one too, which is cool because my buddy Steve-O went to that show and called me and like live streamed it the whole fucking show.
Do you still have some video of that Chula Vista on your phone?
I don't. I wish I did. I watched it as he live streamed it to me on my phone, I guess, until my phone died and he got kicked out for trying to get on the floor. Because like it was at the amphitheater in Chula Vista, I forget what they call it now.
And they were kicking people out for
it's almost like
their seats.
It's almost like Pine Knob. So it's like trying to get down there, you know.
Yeah. Usually
very similar. It's got a lawn section and the whole.
At Pine Knob though, they just kick us back to the lot. They don't.
Yeah.
No.
They didn't kick him out of the show. They did not. They just told him you couldn't come down on the floor and get your ass back there to the cheap seats.
That makes sense.
Right,
that makes sense. Yeah. Revoking someone's ticket would be a real drag.
No. Right. Which, when I saw Creatures, we moseyed on down to the floor and nobody gave a shit because there was only like 5,000 of us in like a 10,000 seater, you know. Almost
always it was easy to glom some better seats.
Right.
You just got to pick your moment and
that was it.
Watch security once they all converge on the dude that's smoking a doobie.
Yeah.
There's your chance.
Right on.
Powie and I just had an interesting moment with Destroyer Resurrected
on orange vinyl.
Yeah, and I'm curious. There'll be a couple of you that might respond to this in the comments. I must confess, hadn't listened to that. I
hadn't listened to the vinyl.
Right.
Yeah, because it's like orange vinyl. You're not supposed to play those things. Not often. Not picture discs.
It's not a picture disc. But to be fair, I didn't get the Walmart version. I got the Kiss Online. I read about the vinyl, it being really like a lot of surface noise and just being the Walmart press being really poor. But I was kind of surprised when I got the vinyl that it seemed to be fairly heavy and it's supposed to be translucent. My copy is opaque. It's mercury. It's got the retro Bogart label. And it does not have Ace's solo. It doesn't have Ace's version of Sweet Pain. It's just a standard, even though it comes with the, Ezrin liner notes that basically delineate the changes that were made.
And I did not notice any vocal difference from Beth either, that endearing moment.
No. There's
nothing.
it's so I'm kind of curious if any of you out there have noticed the difference. I might look it up on Discogs and see, get into the matrix numbers and check the difference between the Walmart version and the Kiss Online version. Because like I said, it's translucent versus opaque. It's
solo versus no solo.
Yep, it's weird. It's a little disappointing to not have the album with Ace's solo intact. But anyway, that's a quibble for another day. Curious what you guys think about that.
You're disappointed in Kiss?
Sometimes. I've also been making a more concerted effort to love Monster. The last few days, I've had that album on repeat, and I'll admit it's growing on me like some Kiss kudzu. It's insidiously catchy at times. Other times it's kind of just dunderheaded. It's keep it simple, stupid, and I kind of wish Eric would stretch. I wish his drum parts demonstrated a little more iconoclasticity. But it's straight ahead. It's meat potatoes. I'm sure Paul made it clear that was the order of the day when they were cutting that album. But again, minor quibbles. There's always plenty to love about our favorite band. So let's get into Rock and Roll All Night and Journal Every Day.
What's the first question?
The first question is for July 30th. If you were to give the rock and roll critic on the cover of 1980's Unmasked, who proclaimed, I still say they stink, a name, what would his name be? Write the character's backstory and his involvement or hatred of Kiss below. His involvement with or hatred of.
What did I say earlier? I forgot already.
Oh, you had a name.
Yeah, I had Roger for some reason. I don't know why. I can't get a backstory on him except that he's one of those guys who hated Kiss, like from the jump. The Buffalo Herd.
So from the jump, it wasn't anything like he dug the first album and then
he still says they stink. They make up the gimmick. He was one of those guys.
He was always
couldn't listen to the music.
He was always a naysayer. I named him Malcolm. Mal for short. Last name Odorous. He's of Irish descent. Get it? Malodorous. He stinks. Anyway, yeah, it's a stretch. Okay.
One of those Rolling Stone guys.
Well, since you took that take, and I'm equally lazy in my quest to give him a full backstory, I'll imagine that he is one of those guys who didn't like him when they came out, had a begrudging respect for him when he heard Alive, and then when the Destroyer comes out, Kiss jumps the shark and they begin to stink. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's more of an ebb and flow. So I mean, he still goes to shows once in a while.
Okay.
And I think there's something in there. I think maybe Big John got a little rough with him when he tried to get backstage, when he tried to flex his press credentials.
Sure. Do you know who I am?
So I think
I'm Bill Aldini.
I'm malodorous. And can't you smell me from here? And I think that he's a nemesis of Kiss because he's been jilted too many times. He tries to give him a chance. He does his due diligence as a journalist to cover them. You know, because he is a creepy reporter. He's always creeping around.
Even better than the lovely Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, and of course, you know, he loves, you know,
John Denver.
He loves John Denver, and he loves Carole King. He's a big James Taylor fan. And, and he just got a little snooty, and Big John schooled him, and he copped a toot from that moment on. And then it just sort of, you know, every time he tries to go to a show, every time an album comes out, every time they make a promotional appearance, Mal gets...
Rick Stewart slapped the taste out of his mouth with his toilet lid-sized head!
Yes, exactly. So that's where Mal is. Poor bastard. I wonder what he would think of Monster.
Especially if he had streaks in his hair.
All right, we could go down this road for way too long, and we won't.
Curly.
Hey, Curly. We're going to move it right along to July 31st. This one is fun. What Kiss song should have been an AM radio hit?
All of them. No. I like the ones that you came up with, so tell me what they are.
I think Powie would probably co-sign on all of these. And I took the approach of like like one from each album, kind of like what I consider the AM era. I mean, to be fair, by the time Kiss started getting airplay, FM was a thing and it was their space. However, most cars and trucks that I grew up in, like you were lucky, you were pimping if you had FM,
right?
You know,
yes.
So and you did hear Kiss. I remember hearing A Hard Luck Woman. So I'll start there. I'll start in 76 and move backward. How about that?
Yeah.
Just to be contrary.
Contrarian.
So
Hard Luck Woman.
Hard Luck Woman not only should have been, but it was AM radio. I think it was like 15.
WTAC.
Made the Big Six. WTAC.
CKLW.
They rocked it. Yep.
Yeah.
And our Canadian brethren also rocked it. But yeah, it made it to 15 on Billboard. So it should have been and was. Also on the should have been and was of course Beth.
Absolutely.
Always hearable on AM.
Always heard that.
Working back to Dress to Kill, and this is a little wink and a nod to our pals, Critical Kiss.
Critical Kiss.
We know how much they love anything for my baby.
Paul O'Neill.
So,
the famous Yankee. Paul O'Neill. Even Paul Stanley loved him back then.
Did he know?
I'm kidding. Paul
did
came way
after. They had a torrid affair.
They did.
Paul on Paul violence. So yeah, anything for my baby, what I thought would have been like a suitable track off of Dress to Kill, and that's like I said, that's the way I took it.
It's very Come On and Love Me coulda, shoulda, in my opinion.
Yeah.
More of an FM joint.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to have heard Come On and Love Me on WTAC.
Hell yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
And I don't know. I think part of this is just part of my like youthful age and like nostalgia and like my selective memories of AM. I was just...
They didn't play Rock and Roll All Night from Just to Kill on the radio very much, did they?
No.
And I mean, they shoulda, but they didn't. But I guess it was like Ace's solo that just made it so great.
Yeah. I mean, once the Alive version happened, all bets were off.
Absolutely.
But moving back an album prior, I thought Coming Home,
very much so,
would be
an AM classic. That's
yep.
That's up there with Me and You and a Dog Named Boo. Man, oh man, a Chevette and Chevy van.
Yeah,
and That's All Right with Me.
And sweet city woman. That's a good one.
I kind of thought that well, again, just my wishful thinking again would have been Let Me Go Rock and Roll. But probably too long and probably too heavy for AM radio.
Yeah,
but
too heavy for
give me a break. What if Pat Sajak was my best friend? Give me a break.
Give me a break. I mean, seriously.
And what's next?
Backing it up to the first album.
Uno.
Actually, one that I didn't write down, which would fit. And I wonder if in various markets, maybe Kissin' Time did get some juice.
You're probably correct. If there was kissing contests, then quite obviously they would have played it for the bumper.
Yeah. Maybe it was. Maybe it did. Trying to think if
they had anything in Detroit.
I'm trying to think if there were like bumpers, like radio ads for the first record. And
it seems like the one bumper that I remember from WTAC all the time that they played was "Boogie with Stu."
Yeah. Yeah.
That takes me back to WTAC.
Yeah. But I wondered, no, just from like a strictly Casablanca promotional, if you know, I can almost hear him in my mind's ear, but I don't know if Kissin' Time was part of those. If that ever like made it to a
I don't hear a single.
But the one that I wrote down was more like a personal fave, was Let Me Know.
Sure.
I think that should have been, that's my favorite Kiss tune, and it probably should have been.
Donnie and Marie should have been doing it on ABC.
Yeah, it should have been a monster hit.
Absolutely.
Cher
should have been doing it with David Bowie.
Linda Carter should have been doing it with some multi-ethnic dancers.
Yes. What he said.
Mm-hmm. Yes. That's your word for today, kids.
So put that in your pipe and smoke
That's
it,
right.
Roger.
Funk that with your Wagnall. All right.
Peter that with your O'Toole.
August 1st asks, which of the Kiss Pacifica belt buckles is your favorite?
This one. No.
Why this buckle?
I think he's going to show you, JR.
But why?
No, I like the jean one, the Love Gun jean. It just looks cool to me. The angle is like it's a like obnoxious zoom in on jeans. Snarling face on Love Gun. It's just so cool.
It does. That jean face from Love Gun does look like a roaring lion.
Absolutely. That just makes me, gets me in the feels.
Very animalistic.
I like it.
And mine is the Dragon Boot belt buckle, which I got, which I'll place a photo here. And I'll also, I placed a photo earlier of Brian's buckle. You just didn't see it because I didn't make the hand gesture. Although they're not Pacifica, the undeniable coolness of the double platinum version of the brass buckle. That's
cool.
That's among my holy grails. But yeah, we'll just go with those two that we mentioned.
And that Pontiac Silverdome towel.
Oh yeah, Peter's towel. Peter O'Towel.
Anybody got a Peter towel?
Cicchini's towel. It should be mine. I think we all know this. We do. Moving on to August 2nd. What would your Kiss tombstone say about your fandom? What do you want on your tombstone? Sausage and pepperoni. All right.
What did I say?
You said
wherever you run, I'll be a scream away.
Here lies Powie. Wherever you dig, he'll be a bone away.
That too.
And mine, of course, here lies Fido Kennington. The gravity that used to hold him down just don't exist no more. Because, how many, what is it? Our soul is supposed to weigh 17 grams or something.
Really?
It's fairly light. I don't know. I think there was a movie of that title.
Smoke it.
And I think, smoke my soul. August 3rd. Name one goal Kiss has inspired you to follow. What was it? Did you achieve this dream, or are you still pursuing it?
Billie Jean got on my ass about smoking.
That's
told me I
right.
shouldn't do that. He's like, you shouldn't smoke, man. What are you doing? It's terrible.
For those of you who missed episode 2, was that 2 or 3? No, I think Tim was on 2, yeah. Episode 3, I believe, was our tablecloth episode. And Brian tells the story of having dinner with Kiss. And that was a very meaningful takeaway.
Sage advice.
Because you smoked for a lot of years.
13.
Yeah.
Well, from the time I was 13, I think I was 26, and that's when I met them, and I was hanging out, and it was 93. And I came back, and man, I just was like, shit, he's right.
Yeah.
Tell with this.
There's a lot less wrong with nicotine.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to do that thing, but
Yeah.
man, yeah, it's a good thing you put those coffin nails back there. All thanks to the demon.
Mm-hmm.
See, people think he's just a
blowhard,
an egomaniac, but he really does care, kids.
He cares.
Stay off the cigs.
Gene cares about you because you buy Kiss merchandise.
Do it for the demon. And mine, to be semi-serious, is just to be a rock star. Before I got super into Kiss, it was Elton John. And I mean,
Me too.
I was like, I just love music. I like loud things. I like getting scared. But as soon as I had a sense of the majesty of rock,
the mystery of roll.
The
farmer took a wife, the barber took the pole.
A little Spinal Tap reference for you. Who else can't wait for the sequel? Oh man, the new Spinal Tap is going to be good. Anyway, Kiss. I'm still pursuing that goal. I still want to be like those guys. I still want to have a lot of pyro and a big staircase on either side of my drum riser that my bandmates can come down and that's for any of us. There's so many of us that are still chasing that, and it's still fun. It's still rewarding. It's we're a lot more pragmatic about it now. Realize, and we realized years ago that it's probably not going to happen. But that doesn't take away any of the desire to perform and to sort of
make people happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even really the hope of fame or fortune or anything. It's just at this point we've been doing it for so long.
I party for a living.
There's so much, there's so much joy in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at this face, guys. This is what 53 looks like when you rock and roll.
Joy, 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 joy.
Down in my heart, down in my heart, down in my heart. There you go.
So that's it?
There's your earnest answer. Yep. To be a rocker. This is about August 4th. What is your favorite Kiss comic book of all time and why? I'm going to say the first Marvel Super Special, because it's the first one I ever saw, the first one I ever bought. It's all about nostalgia mostly about nostalgia with me.
Would probably be that one for me too, but the only one that I've ever seen is that rock and roll comics that I think it was Guccione, the guy from Spin Magazine, made a rock and roll comic.
Oh, the one with the sort of like the bluish tones.
It was like the story of Kiss.
I think I had that somewhere.
Yeah, the rock and roll comic was the only one that I had seen.
Yeah.
They did one for Guns N' Roses as well.
Yeah, you wax nostalgic on that. I'm going to see if I can. Maybe this could be your favorite.
Rock and roll comics?
No. The
super special. It's not Doctor Doom though, huh? Doctor Doom was in the first one, and then this one is like Ming the Merciless, I guess. I guess it'd be this one. This is my favorite Kiss comic book ever. But where's
the back? Show him the back. Yeah.
Look, Peter's wasted in this one too. Yeah. He's trash. They really drew him right. Ralph Macchio did the bio.
Not that Ralph Macchio.
Land of
The box of hiss.
I mean the merciless.
and again, I have to keep bringing this up because it ties into the comics. I'm keeping that trivia question alive because I want you to go back to episode 29. Go to the chapter. You can use Google, kids. That's what's kind of blowing my mind that nobody's answered the question. Google is your friend. That's all I'm going to say about that. To quote Stan Lee, "Nuff said." Oh wait, your first answer for your favorite Kiss comic?
the silence.
The silence. If you go back a couple more episodes, you'll remember the comic the synopsis that Powie wrote.
Like Galactus, only quieter.
Like Galactus, only quieter. I will say that's a pretty good premise. August 5th.
What did they charge for this? $1.50.
Yeah, that's
Good
a lot of
Lord.
money in 1978.
Sure was. Absolutely.
Look at this kid. I'm going to have to be like a teacher.
Yeah.
Like
Get the comic book out.
Put the comic book away.
Yep.
I'm trying to teach a lesson here.
What's the next question?
August 5th asks, and this does close out the question and answer portion of our show here on
Hey man, nice Kiss shirt.
Would the Kiss logo have been as iconic without the trademark lightning bolt S's? What if the original design had been basic S's? Would the logo have been so historic?
Yeah, man, I can't say. I cannot say because I don't. It hasn't happened. I mean, usually if I've seen something that without the iconic logo, the S's, that I don't really care for the most part. Well, I mean, I'll see something, it has something pertaining to Kiss if it's all capital letters. But I would imagine that they would have come up with something
like in the TV guide. That's how I got suckered into the Linda Carter. But that's also how we found all the other stuff. The Hot Hero sandwich.
Yeah.
3-2-1 contact.
Right.
When you're scanning the newspaper and you see that all caps, and I don't know if it'd be a paraphrase or a quote from Mark Cicchini, who has famously said, if it has those funny S's, I want it. And that's, that's, look at them. I mean, they're so cool.
It is pretty darn cool.
Pretty cool, So, I mean, my answer is just nope. No way would it be as cool. It wouldn't even be as cool if Paul hadn't have done it freehand and the two S lines wouldn't be parallel. Everything just, I like it the way it is, man. It's just, how you gonna improve on that?
I don't.
I mean, I'm sorry to, our European brothers and sisters who have gotten along just fine in their fandom with regular S's this whole time. I will say this, it was a treat to hang out with John 5 and to play. I made sure that when we faced off at pinball that I got the Euro version with the regular S's because I'd never seen one, let alone played it. So, I mean, that was cool. The novelty in that moment was great. But as it pertains to Kiss, gotta have those lightning bolts, man. That's what's electrifying, Electrifying. That brings us to the end of another episode of
Hey man, nice Kiss shirt.
I want to remind you to put your two lips together and kiss that subscribe button. Not only would I like you to remember the words of the Barbarian, I'd like you to remember the real name of the Barbarian, not the nickname.
I forgot that.
Powie knows. I use the mind eraser on him every time we shoot an episode just to keep it fresh.
All right.
So, thank you so much for hanging with us. Remember what that guy said?
Play hard,
Play fair.
nobody hurt. Hey, man, nice Kiss shirt.
It's the way it goes.